There's always new things happening at Oldham Lane Church of Christ, and they're partnering with Ripple of Light Ministries for a video podcast to discuss issues facing Christians and the church. Here with us now is Chris McCurley and James Graham. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining us today. So you're already a big character, Mr. McCurley. So how does that play into your podcast that you're doing?
Well, I think the podcast is a really kind of a different avenue to get some of the messages out there that we are trying to express to people. We do a weekly television program. We have the sermons week in and week out. But the podcast is really something that's kind of taking the world by storm. And we wanted to jump in on that and kind of share the messages that we have. And
so, Mr. Graham, you're with Ripple of Light Ministries. Tell us about what you guys are doing in our community.
Yeah, we're actually out of Abilene, and basically what we hope to do is create high quality videos, podcasts for Christians. And so during the week, when you're outside of your church hours on Sunday morning or Wednesday night, or you have the opportunity to listen to more sermons, more Christian content to keep you focused and throughout your week.
And so let's talk about this podcast. You've been doing it for a few months now. What are some of the topics you've been discussing?
Well, like this week, we're going to be recording one with Trey Morgan, who does a lot of marriage and family seminars. We're going to talk with him and interview him. We've talked about everything from culturally relevant topics like abortion and different things that are kind of hot topics, hot button topics now. We kind of just approach them from a biblical standpoint. We don't want to get into the politics of it all. Let's just look at what the Bible has to say. And I think people are hungry for that. I think they're wanting that perspective.
And so I know you were saying this kind of is a different avenue for you. Are you hoping this maybe can reach people who may be afraid to come to church, and maybe it will lead them to the church?
Absolutely. We're always looking to reach people in different ways. I think if Jesus were on the earth right now, he'd be using every avenue he could in order to reach people. And so we want to do that as well, any way we can.
And let's talk about the different avenues you guys have. How do we get this podcast?
Well, we are on Facebook, and it's actually a video podcast, which you don't see a lot of. So we're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, and then you can listen to it in audio form on Spotify and iTunes.
That's right.
And so you guys, you're a nonprofit, and so how long have you've been doing this in our community?
Oh, I think since 2016, we've been a nonprofit and we've been creating Christian content. But what happened is we started off making short little 2 to 4 minute videos, and then we saw that the culture is actually wanting more content. So podcasts are exploding right now, and Christians need to hear important topics discussed by Christians on how to look at them and how to speak about them.
And so how did this partnership come about? How did you guys meet each other or find out about each other?
Well, it's interesting. Jake, who's on here a lot, one of our ministers at Oldham Lane, he connected me with Kevin Batten, who is also on the board at Ripple of Light, and with James. And they had asked me to come on and do some sermonettes, the short 2 to 4 minute videos. And it just kind of exploded from there. And it's been a great partnership. These guys do a great job. Our church actually supports these guys financially as well. And so it's been a great thing.
And what about other churches that are out there listening and want to get in contact with you guys?
Sure, they can go to rippleoflight.org. They can also contact us on Facebook at Ripple Light Ministries. And if they want to get more information or get involved with us, they can contact us through those avenues.
All right, I forgot to ask, what is the name of this podcast?
Dear Church.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, well, we appreciate y'all coming on today and for doing what you do, reaching everybody out there. If you would like to watch the podcast or listen, you can see it on the Ripple of Light Ministries YouTube channel. You can learn more about Ripple of Life at their website, rippleoflife.org. And of course, you can learn more about Oldham Lane at olcoc.com.